Spoiler alert, it doesn't start in the bedroom. What am I talking about? Well, if you're a newlywed couple and you're trying to figure out how do we create this build up to sex so that we're both on the same page, then I'm here to tell you it probably doesn't start in the bedroom. It starts in the kitchen. What does that even mean? Well, think about breakfast, think about early in the morning. You're setting the tone for the day. And the more that you can have these little acts of kindness, you're serving one another, you're doing things that are very thoughtful. That is going to engage your spouse. That is going to draw them in. That is one of the ways that you can create emotional safety. And husbands, if you want your wife to be ready emotionally and physically, then that emotional safety needs to happen first. So stick around. I'm going to tell you all the things about flirting with words and touch and how to create that connection that feels genuine and a little spicy. You know, as a relationship coach, couples are always telling me they want intimacy to feel natural, but they don't want it to just be all about the physical. So I'm going to help you to create that deep connection that's a combination. It's the best of both worlds. And I want to give you a simple solution. So here is a 3-part checklist for you to follow how to build up to sex, including that place of a meaningful connection. Are you ready? Number 1. Flirting is touch and words. How do you make this be natural and not so cheesy? Although cheesy can have its place if you've got a sense of humor there. But you are brushing up next to your spouse, even bumping into them. You want that physical touch to begin to happen in a lighthearted way. You're including them in your space. You also want to lean in with a whisper and say, "Ooh, you are looking good today." And then begin to affirm who they are. Some of those deeper places. Say things like, "Your laugh makes my day," or "I really like the way you think." And then make sure you add, "Hey, I can't wait to see more of you tonight. Wink, wink." Those things begin to set the tone. But number 2 is even more important because I want you to give affection without an agenda. What does that even mean? Well, this is the beautiful way of showing love. And I know God made us spirit, soul, and body, and He wants us to be able to connect in our marriage on all of these levels. So affection is normal and natural, and we want the affection that is building up, and then we will have more of that physical touch later on. But these are hugs with no expectation. Those 20-second hugs are the ones that do the most benefit for your relationship. These are kisses without pressure. And those are just lingering. You're in the moment. You have given yourself to this moment. And they will feel that attention right away. How about when you're sitting on the couch at night, you actually hold hands or snuggle up next to each other? And then when you catch each other's eye and smile. You used to do these things when you were dating, right? So that's some of the ways that you keep the connection even after you're married. Here's a really key point for you. When affection isn't a transaction, it becomes an invitation. And it builds that safety we talked about, also some curiosity and desire. All of these things are building up desire, and desire happens in your body, in your thoughts, in your emotions. So we're covering all the bases here. And now we're ready for number 3. These are the innuendos and the fun. Now, I'm not suggesting locker room talk unless that's something you both agree on, and it's your love life. So you get to come up with what makes you feel safe and special and loved. But you certainly want to tell them, "Hey, I'm thinking about nibbling on something tonight. Take me to bed or lose me forever. Any of my original Top Gun fans would recognize that line. So find the language that works for you, that you both enjoy, and that playfulness, that flirting, that sexy talk is really going to help you set the tone. And now you can be ready so that when you're both going to the bedroom, you're on the same page and you have started the warm up. Really hard to start that engine when it's cold. So if you do these things all throughout the day, you'll be ready. Here's my wrap up for you. Start early. Yeah, in the morning, in the kitchen. Use touch and words. We want to be building in every way possible. Show affection without an agenda. That they'll know. They will know if you are really desiring to be present. And then, of course, have flirty fun. That brings that sense of dating back to your everyday life. That's going to really go a long way. Now, if this sounds good, but you're like, "Ooh, Mary, I think I need some more help." Well, I have the Arousal Pathway Guide that I love to share. You can check the link below. It is a behind-the-scenes video and tutorial you can watch in the privacy of your bedroom and put even more steps in place to build that arousal to the place that you are both, woohoo, to the moon. Thanks so much for joining me today. And remember that God's design for a thriving marriage is intimate connection in spirit, soul, and body.